What's going on, everybody? Today we got to talk about Bonk because Bonk is up a lot right now, like 25%. We're going to talk about this because this is like one of the next Solana meme coins that's probably going to be 10 billion plus market cap inside of this next bull run. And you got to think about what Dogecoin did inside of the bull run of the previous one. Remember how Dogecoin went to 90 billion? Like, that was a lot. Now we had Shiba Inu that went to 50 billion, which was also a lot. Now our question now is, can Bonk go all the way up to like 20 billion, 50 billion? Can it do that? That's what we're going to talk about today. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but let's go straight over this. So as you can see here, Bonk is up 25.1% in the last 24 hours, 31% in the last 7 days. This is actually really, really good, especially considering everything else is down. Even Solana is down. Bonk is originally built on Solana. So it's pretty interesting to see that, as everything is kind of down, moving sideways, Bonk is up. Like, the top meme coins are not really doing nothing. Like Dogecoin, not really doing nothing. Shiba Inu, not really doing nothing. But you see Bonk is doing pretty good. So that's really, really good. I'm going to make a whole video about what Bonk is doing right now that's making it go up. But right now it's just kind of a technical analysis video. So that's what we're focusing on today. So let's talk about the Bonk technicals here now. So as you can see here, Bonk being at 0.0000204. What I will just say now is 4Z2, 4Z2, that's 4 zeros and then 2 after that small place, or I'll just say 20. But yeah, we're at that 20 area for Bonk right now. We're at 2041. Right now we are looking to get up to this Fibonacci retracement right up here at 2345. Well, let's just say 2350. But yeah, 2350 is right where our Fibonacci retracement is for our resistance. And that's also towards the top area of our momentum wave band. The momentum wave bands here are pretty much with our chart prime automated trading indicators. Link in the description if you want these momentum wave bands and the chart prime indicators. So you can definitely check that out. But it definitely tracks the momentum going on inside of this crypto very well. But as we're looking at, the charts here for Bonk, what I am seeing here is if we do continue to pull back like we're doing now, it's possible for us to pull back down here to this Fibonacci before we go up from there. And this is pretty much going to be our support where that Fibonacci is. And this little green line here forming, this is part of the chart prime automated trading indicators. It's part of our momentum wave band. And that momentum wave band is showing you the momentum is moving upward. So what's going to happen here, this green line is probably going to end up meeting us right here at our support for our Fibonacci retracement. So when that happens, it meets us there, and then we continue to rise from there. So that's what it's looking like it's going to happen here. You can even see the momentum wave band is starting to curve upwards. So as you can see, it goes down, down, down. Now it's starting to flatten out here on the momentum wave band, and now it's going to start curving upward. So we should see an increase in the price here with Bonk. We went down for a long time here, and now we're seeing that we're gonna. No, it wasn't too long, by the way. It was since March from now, so it's like a month and a half right now. But we did start to go down, but now we're going right back up. So now we're finally hitting that recovery mode here for Bonk. Now, one thing we didn't do is bounce all the way below this Fibonacci, which is a huge point to point out here, because that is like our bottom support right here. Because you can also look back to where Bonk was previously, all the way from December of last year all the way through February of this year. You can see how it kept repeatedly hitting that same support line. It kept repeatedly hitting that same support, and it did it 4 times. So that shows that we have very strong support for Bonk at 0.00001. So it doesn't look like we're going to add on any more zeros with Bonk. It looks like we've kind of bottomed out here. And I think Bonk is going to continue to rise from where we are now. And that's pretty interesting because, as we hit the bottom of that momentum wave band, typically with our momentum wave bands with chart prime, when we hit the bottom of those, we always, you usually end up going up from there. That's exactly what happened right there. Definitely watch some of my other technical analysis videos. I always use chart prime, and it definitely helps out a lot. But if we also look over here at the Stoch RSI, we see we've crossed at the top here. It's possible that the RSI goes all the way down. If it does, we will see the price of Bonk drop a little bit, possibly even breaking that support. But let's say that we go down a little bit, but then we cross before we, completely go down. Kind of like how we did here. We crossed, we didn't necessarily keep going down, because if it kept going down here with the RSI, then it probably would have went down to the bottom of this Fibonacci retracement or the bottom of our momentum wave band. but it didn't. It kind of just crossed and it kept going back up from there. But like I'm saying now, if it continues to go down like it looks like it's doing, could possibly drop down to the support, maybe a little bit lower. But I don't see it as a big deal because the way Bonk has been moving, it's probably going to continue to move up, really well. So I think this is really good for Bonk. I think we're going to continue to move up here. But yeah, Bonk is doing extremely, extremely well. So right now, this is just kind of a short-term technical analysis. I'm going to do another video on Bonk, just doing like a long-term price prediction where Bonk could get inside of the future in the long term. And then I want to do another video on Bonk, just kind of breaking down the different news stuff that's going on with Bonk. I don't want to put too much inside of one video because I don't think everyone's going to watch it if I just put too much in one video. Because some people only care about technical analysis, some people only care about long-term price predictions, and then some people only care about news stuff that's going on with it. So I'll do 3 separate videos on that because it's a lot to cover. But just looking at the short-term technicals here, like I mentioned before, we could have a little pullback going back down to the 1800 levels. Right now we're at 2038, as you can see here. We could drop down to the 1800 levels, which is where our support at the Fibonacci is. But from there, I believe the momentum wave band is going to end up meeting us up there. And then I believe we're probably going to end up going up from there. So I think the next area for us to watch out for with Bonk on the upside is 2350. Right now we're at 2038. So 2350 is that next Fibonacci. And then after that, I believe we do have enough momentum to continue to bring us all the way up to 2,900. And the reason I say that is because if you look back here, what happened to Bonk getting all the way up to 2,900, it's almost little to no resistance from that 2,300 area, well, the 2,350 area all the way up to the 2,900 area. Because if you look back here, let me just kind of zoom in on here so we can see this completely. But yeah, if we look back here where we were from the 25th of March all the way up to about the 30th of March, there is little to no resistance here. Like, it took a little bit to get there. Yes. It only took like 3 days actually. Yeah, that's 3 days. So it took 3 days for us to go all the way from 2350 all the way up to 2,900. That was from March 25th all the way up to March 28th. It took 3 days for it to do that. So from 2350 all the way up to 2,900, you can do the math to see how many percentages that was for us. But it's a good amount of percentages that we went up there. So it's kind of looking like Bonk's going to do the same thing because we did just now go up easily 25% in 24 hours. The fact that we did that shows that we have the power and the momentum to keep rising up even further. So if you see, this is the 25% jump from here all the way up to here is 25%. Now, if we do from here all the way up to here, that's another 25%. So we're going to pretty much be doing another. It's possible that tomorrow we might see 10%, and then the day after that, another 10% or something like that. So if we see something like that within the next few days or within the next week, we could easily be all the way up here at that resistance of the Fibonacci retracement all the way up at 2,900. And then we'll see our momentum wave bands being up there, meeting us right at the top. And then you'll see the bottom momentum wave bands curving upwards as well. And then if that happens, once we hit the 2,900 area, then you have to start thinking about the pullback from 2,900, which will be to the bottom of the momentum wave band, which will probably end up being where we are now. So 20 will then be our bottom where we are now. So that's what we're looking out for. Again, I'm going to say this again. If we pull back down here to 1,800, we'll probably end up being able to build enough momentum to get all the way up to 2,900. Once we get to 2,900, that's probably going to be a good area to sell at. And then from there, you'll watch it pull back from 2,900, possibly back down to 20. So that's what I'm looking at here for this trading. But like I said, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice at all. Just purely entertainment if you want to leave it at that. But yeah, I'm watching out for this because I think that a good trade is kind of presenting itself. Really, you should have probably gotten in when it was flattened out here. But now we're seeing what could happen. It's possible that none of this happens and it does continue to go back down. That's also always a possibility as well. But Bonk has been doing pretty good. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about the technical analysis. If you do want these automated trading indicators with Chart Prime, link will be in the description for that. So you can go ahead and check that out, link below. And you can see here we got the premium monthly, $67 a month. You can use the code CP30 for 30% off. Try it risk-free for 7 days, or you can get the quarterly for $47 a month, which is $201 off for $143 paid quarterly, and use the same CP30 for 30% off of your $143. And that's also trying risk-free for 7 days. Or you could just do the premium yearly for $40, paid $489 yearly at a discount of $804, and you can still try it risk-free for 7 days. So yeah, Chart Prime is very, very good. And with Chart Prime, you don't even really need to use the Fibonacci retracements, but the Fibonacci retracements is like the icing on the cake. Because if you look at it, you're like, okay, you can do your little short-term trades here with just the Chart Prime indicators. You can be like, all right, we're going to pull back here down to that support here, right? And then from there, we can go up to the top of our momentum wave band. But then when you factor in this, now you actually see those support levels and those resistance levels. So now you don't only have to go off of the confirmation from the Chart Prime indicators. You also have the Fibonacci retracement to pretty much verify what you just now did. And then if you want to go a step further, you can also use the Stotch RSI like I like to use. And this is going to show, and it's also going to pretty much approve that your momentum wave bands are going in the right direction, because the momentum is going upwards. Now you're seeing the RSI momentum going upwards as our momentum wave bands start to move upwards and curve upwards. So that is definitely good to use multiple different avenues of indicators. Use some automated trading indicators, like some paid ones like Chart Prime, while also using the stock free ones like your Fibonacci retracement and your Stotch RSI. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. And in all my videos, I'm going to give pointers and tips on technical analysis, so people can start doing those themselves as well. So yeah, I'll start doing that in all my videos. I'll just drop little gems here and there. But yeah, hit the like button and subscribe. All that's good, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. As always, I'll be back with another video.